Welcome to this sprinting interval training with a little bit different of a setup. Today we're gonna of course go with the warm-up. Always do warm-up before you go into this kind of exercises and training where we're gonna push ourselves the hardest as we can. After the warm-up, we're gonna go with 30 seconds of a pulse exercise doing the sprinting training itself, pushing it as hard as you can. Then we're gonna go for 2 minutes recovery, getting ourselves ready for the next one. But instead of doing a sprint for the next one, we're gonna do a body weight exercise, doing some ab work. Then we have 1 minute right after that where we're gonna bring a set of dumbbell and using that for an exercise, for some upper body exercises. And we have 1 minute recovery, and we're gonna repeat those exercises and that setup for twice. Then we're gonna go move on to another block where we have the same setup for twice, but with different exercises. And at the end, we're gonna do just one single standing sprint with the 30 seconds, and then a little bit of recovery before we do the stretching to finish off this session. So it's gonna take approximately 30 minutes. You get everything in it: the warm-up, the sprint, the body weight, the strength exercise with the dumbbells, and of course the stretching to finish off this exercise session. Today you're gonna bring always a good set of shoes, an exercise mat, and some dumbbells, and a smile on your face, and I will take you from A to the final part of this workout. So let's go and do the warm-up. Ready to do the warm-up, we're gonna start off by tapping to the side. So we're gonna bring arms forward, and we're gonna tap in here. Yes, so shoulders are down, chin is in, chest is up, and engage your core and your pelvic floor. You all know the drill if you've been here before, and if not, I will promise you, you will get to hear this 1,000 times. So now we're gonna step to the side for 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna do half a turn. So going in here from side to side, coming back in front here, pushing it out, and sideways, shoulders back, 4, 3, 2, and back again, 4, 3, 2, and turning, 4, 3, 2, and back again, 4, 3, 2, turn, 4, 3, 2, and into center, going in for a V. Bring those feet out to the side. Make sure that your arms are following along and doing some rotation in your spine. 4 and 3, 2, and do that V on opposite leg. So pushing that other leg out to the side, bring your arms forward and back for 4 and 3, 2, and now we're gonna step to the opposite side as before. Yes, so bring it here, stay put here, and I am gonna count for 4, 3, 2, and turning, 4. So you should be on the opposite way here. Yes, out to the side and back again, 4, 3, 2, and turn, 4, 3, 2, and turn, and knees are coming up. Bring those knees up and swinging arms out to the side. Make sure your thumbs are pointing up, your chin is still in, so you're not going like this. So bring arms up. Yes, go for 8, 7, 6, 5, engaging, 4, 3, 2, and hands to opposite knee. So turning here, do the rotation in your spine. You do know I am a sucker for rotation of the spine. It is so often that when I see a client as a physiotherapist, the restriction leads to the pain. So you have a restriction somewhere, not able to move your neck, or your spine is always, that brings you pain. We need to get the mobility back again. Yes, bringing legs out to the side and pushing those arms back, engaging a bit of your triceps. Yes, we're gonna go for 8 on same leg. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on to the other side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, repeat opposite. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, bouncing in the opposite leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring it in here, and we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna do some flexion and extension. Chin is in, pointing forward, pointing back. Inhale. Pushing it, squeezing your glutes, and hit it off with 5, 4, 3, and 2. Hands towards your feet, going all the way up again. Chin is in. Down we go. Get a nice dynamic stretch in your hamstring. Pushing it down, pulling it up. 2 more. Slowly down, reaching up, and 1 more. Down we go, and up we go. And stay in center. Bring your arms back. Do some good circles. Open up in your chest area and get that rotation in your, yes, your spine. Go for 4 and 3, 2, and turn it to your right leg front here. Going in for lunges, bring it up. Squeezing, squeeze that glute. Engaging your core. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and into center. Just opening up here. 4, 3, 2, and turn around and go for 8 here. 8. Lift that back leg up and squeeze your glute. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Yes, we are ready to do the first sprint. So 30 seconds of sideways jump. So we're gonna stay put in here. We're gonna jump into the side and back again, and we're gonna do that for 30 seconds. Then you have 2 minutes recovery, and then we're gonna do some what is it called? Up 8. We're gonna do some sitting abs, sorry. Just trying to remember. We're gonna go here for 30 seconds of some ab work, and then we're gonna go up. This is what I was about to say, is that you're gonna bring your dumbbells up. You're gonna do upright row with some hip extension. So up here we go, and I will be back for that. So dumbbells out to the side. Make sure you don't hit them when you jump from side to side. So let's make this clear. 30 seconds jump sideways. 2 minutes full walking around recovery. 1 minute sitting, 30 seconds sitting with abs exercise, and then 1 minute upright row with that hip extension. 1 minute recovery, repeating this twice. And then we're gonna continue with a new setup with the same setup with new exercises. Oh my God, I'm mumbling like I don't know what. Maybe it's just because I've been away on vacation. So we are ready for the jumping. So let's go. 30 seconds here. Bring it back. Buttocks back, chin is in. Pushing those arms back. And we're gonna go for 30 seconds here. Pushing it. Inhale, exhale. You have 2 minutes recovery in a few seconds. Jumping to the side is so good for your bone density. Doing movements in different directions. Keep going. 8 seconds. Chin is in. Keep on. 5, 4, 3, and here we are. Yes, walk around for 2 minutes. Definitely feeling affected on your breathing. Do remember, try to hit that 9, 10 out of a scale from 0 to 10. So we're gonna go hard but short. After those 2 minutes, we're gonna do 30 seconds sitting abs, get up on our feet doing the upright row and hip extension. So you still got your recovery here. Settling in. I just came back home from Venice in Italy yesterday, and I thought it could be, we've been doing a lot of walking, trying to do some body weight exercises, brought an exercise band with me, had this little tiny room, 1 minute recovery still, and trying to squeeze in between a chair and a and the bed, doing, you know, like push up, doing some glute work with some glute bridges, doing some ab works, and repeating before we get off and went like 25,000 steps a day, walking around in beautiful Venice. I bet there's somebody who is with me here who has been, because there was a lot of tourists from all different kind of countries. There was a lot of American people, and I really understand why, because Venice is such a beautiful place with all the canals, all the boats and all the water, and we just had a wonderful time meeting the spring with sun. So in a few seconds we're gonna go with 30 seconds here. Leaning back and pull it here. Yes, 30 seconds, chin is in. Pull those knees out to the side. You gotta feel it in your ab area. If this is too much, you can always go down with your heels, or you can come up with your feet here and bring your hands down. But it's only gonna be 30 seconds in all. In 7 seconds, you're gonna get up and get your dumbbells. 4, 3, 2, and up on our feet. Now we're gonna go with an upright row straight into that one. Upright row and that hip extension. If it's too much, you can just continue doing this movement instead. But else we're gonna bring it up and slowly down, turning this into a full body weight, not body weight, but a full strength exercise for the full body. We're engaging our shoulders, our core, our glutes. So upper, mid, and lower body here. Bring those elbows up on top. If it's too much, your weight are too heavy, you can always go with single arm. And if you still want that leg with you, you can go opposite and down, or else you're just gonna continue with both arms. 8 seconds to go. Up with those arms. 3, 2, and dumbbells to the side. Now we have 1 minute recovery, and we're gonna repeat the sideway jump, the sitting ab, and the upright row and the hip extension. Yes, 40 seconds. Yes, so not to sound like some kind of saint, but I always do try to keep myself going, especially for the last, I always been working out on my vacation, but I can really feel how important it is as I age. Usually you could just come home from a 3-week vacation and you could go straight into that classroom and you can just hit it off. Now I certainly have to go a little bit more intense. 10 seconds, let's go for the sideway jump, 1 more round. 7 seconds, 5, so pushing yourself. 30 seconds, you got the recovery, and go. It always helps to push ourselves when we do know we have recovery right after with the 2 minutes. So knees are behind toes, push your buttocks back, look straight to the ground, and keep going. If this is too much, you can go with a little bit of a jump, if that is better for you. Reaching up, only 7 seconds, you can go, you can do it. 3, 2, and here we are. 2 minutes, fully recovery, ready to sit down and engage your core. Yes. So walking, of course, is a great way to get moving for the mobility and get out in the fresh air and everything. But we still do need to do a bit more than walking. And that's what I always talk about. It's a slow metabolism, because we get into this menopause with no periods, monthly periods, or is there some other consequences behind? And I sure know from my daily job that it's often because we have changed the way we are working out. So let's say we might, before we got kids, we were used to running, sprinting, playing handball, football, gymnastic, and then we got kids. Every time we're jumping, it was a little bit hard on a pelvic floor, doesn't feel comfortable peeing in your pants, and then you slowly just change your workout regime, and then you get into walking with a friend. And that's always something also very good, but it's definitely not the main reason. In my perspective, is not that we are aging, it is because of the way we are changing our life of some reason or another. I'm not saying that we do it on well knowing, but that is just how time flows, and we want to make sure we keep stimulating that metabolism by preventing our muscle tissue and working so we get short of breath. Shoulders down, 3, 2, and let's go. So knees out to the side, pulling arm down, and you can alternatively put your hands down if you have a back that bothers you. Yes, so as I always say, as older we get, the harder we have to work out. 10 seconds and 7 seconds until you're gonna go up and grab those dumbbells. 3, 2, and up we go. Dumbbells for the upright row and the hip extension for 1 minute. Up here, slowly down. Squeezing glutes, squeezing shoulders. I have this outdoor class here next to me where I'm living that I'm teaching every Thursday, and 2 of the guys attending my class just turned 70, and they are doing so good. They're sprinting over the sport field, they're doing the push-up, they're doing everything. You would not know that they are 70. But of course, they were inviting us for a little bit of tapas right after exercising one day, 15 seconds to go, and we have collected it for this present, and we got them some new dumbbells. They got, instead of working with 6 kilos each, they were now working, yes, dumbbells to the side, recovering. They now got 7 kilos, of course, because they turned 70. And as I said in my speech, as old as we get, the harder we have to train to keep up the same level. And I just said to them, I know karma is a bitch, but fortunately, they will not be able to not be here when I turn 70. So nobody, it's kind of safe for me to say that because they won't be here when I actually turn 70. So I hope this makes sense. So now next exercise we're gonna do some shoot up. We're gonna bring those heels up and we're gonna push arms up above. So now we're stepping into the second block with the same setup, but with new exercises. So shoot up is gonna be our sprint. So 10 seconds, hands above shoulders, chin is in. You're gonna push your buttocks back and you're engaging your core. 5, 4, let's go. Pushing it here, yes. 30 seconds, chin is in, and you're gonna go up. You can always go into some jogging on the spot, some running on the spot if this is too much. You can go with a little less of a pushing up with your feet if you're new to this, but you should be affected on your breathing. 10 seconds with 2 minutes recovery right after. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, yes. Yeah. I don't hope I ramble too much. It makes time fly though, I hope. So for our next exercise for the 30 seconds, we're gonna go into a plank position, lifting each leg up and bringing it up here. So we're gonna go up, in, out, up, in, engaging our oblique muscle and staying in that plank. We're gonna do that for 1 minute, but we still have 1 minute and 20 seconds. Maybe you wanna grab some water. And when we have completed that plank position, we're gonna go in. I can show you that right away here. We're gonna go for a single leg. You still have 1 minute to go. We're gonna go in for a single leg deadlift to a triceps kickback, and we're gonna alternative between those two legs for that 1 minute. Before we have 1 minute recovery, and we're gonna go and repeat this one more. So 45 seconds. Left to go down on our toes, doing that plank, knee lift up. And you can of course go from your knees, remember to keep those heels up, not lying straight on your knees, and you can go up here, lifting up, in, and alternative between those. 20 seconds. Try if possible to get up on your toes, maybe just for 10 of the seconds. It's only going to be 30 seconds, so kind of motivating you to do a little bit of a progress, knowing that you're only doing it for 30 seconds. Get ready, elbows right on the shoulder belt, squeezing and lifting up, in, back, opposite leg, squeezing in, lifting straight up, in, down, up, forward, back, down. Try to stay put with that butt, not lifting it up. Up we go, squeezing in, back again. So, in 4 seconds, yes, you gotta grab your dumbbells. Up we go here, right leg, shoulders back, down here, up, kick back. Yes. A little bit of a balance training as well, combining with some glute work, triceps. If it's too unstable to stay on your exercise mat, do jump down and do it on the ground instead. It kind of makes a difference. So the only reason why your hands get close to the ground is because you are doing the flexion in your hip area, not because your arms are reaching for the ground. So stay put with those shoulders back, leaning forward, woo, yes, and opposite leg forward and squeezing. Dumbbells to the side, yeah. Now we're gonna go for 1 minute recovery, and then we are ready to do 30 seconds of the shoot up again. Final round. 40 seconds. Yes. 30 seconds until we are gonna do that shoot up one more time. Making sure that you're all aware of what's gonna happen. And you can, of course, do some high knees or some sideways jumping, just something that makes your heart go boom, boom. Hands above shoulders, shoulders are back. Yes, chin is in, stay that position. Push your buttocks back, not as low as a jump squat, just a little bit slight of a bend. Pushing it for 30 seconds. Here we go. 2 minutes recovery right after. Fully recovery. Pushing it. I want you to do the hardest and the best. If this is too much, you can go with a little slide of a jump up and down here, or you can go with one leg in. Lots of possibilities. 10 seconds, just do something. Keep moving, 5 seconds. 2, and here we are. Yes. 2 minutes full recovery for the plank and the lift and the squeeze. And then of course, we're gonna do that one leg deadlift, boom, to the kickback. And then we have 1 minute recovery, and we have one final set where we're gonna do high knees behind head, heads behind neck. So that's gonna kind of be the cherry on the top when we get to that. So you have 1 minute and 20 seconds. You can always go with a little bit of a mobility. Just make sure you don't stay completely still. Yes, 1 minute. You want to need that minute. Learn from your experience. So if you felt like, man, I could have go on for like 30 seconds more on that shoot up, or I don't need those 2 minutes in between, I'm sorry to say, you need to work harder because this is all about keeping it intense. That is surely what changed my body composition some years ago, was cutting down on the amount of time and pushing up the intensity. I used to be one of those standing on the treadmill, standing on the Stairmaster and all that for like hours, and if that didn't help, I was just gonna go in for a little bit more of a time on that cardio machine, but that absolutely did not do anything good for me. In for a plank position, straight position here, and here we are, lifting, squeezing, back, opposite, lifting, squeezing, up. So get those oblique muscles into play as you go and use your ab muscle doing that plank position. Chin is in. You can always rest both hands above each other and let your forehead rest here. And you can do it on your knees. Yes, hurry, hurry, up for that one leg here. Up we go. And do remember, not reaching for the floor with your arms. Kick back. Going down because you do the hip extension. Kick. Chin is in. Woo. Yes, a lot of mobility, sorry, a lot of stability work here. Leaning forward and coming back and squeeze your glute. Squeeze your triceps. 8 seconds. Equal amount on each leg. Pushing it back, feel your triceps. Yes. 1 minute of recovery, and then we're gonna do one final, making this into number 5 of the sit, the sprint, where we're gonna go with high knees, hands behind head. So this is gonna be the final one before we are doing the stretch, and then you have completed this with the body weight, the strength exercises, the sprinting, the recovery, the stretching, the warm-up. Yes, you got it all. Ready in 20 seconds. And do remember, go and have a look around on my channel, over 400 session here with all different kind. Also try to look into high intensity resistance training, a lot shorter rest period, but that's a very efficient way to work out as well. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Hands behind head. You can always go to modification here, and if this is with your head is bothering you, you can just go and bring your arms in, but do a little bit more core training here. Yes. 15 seconds, your final sprint, you do know that. 10 seconds, chin is in. Keep those feet up and knees coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's it. Turning this noise off, and maybe you want to walk it around, get a little bit of water, and then we stretch. Yes, great. Let's get in for a sitting position. Left leg front, right leg on top, and a nice straight position with your lower back, chin is in, and feel a good nice stretch in your glute area. Inhaling, and just let yourself put a smile on your face because you completed, you did this one. Pushing your heart rate up, kicking that metabolism. Same leg in here, leaning forward, get some hamstring stretch. Leaning forward, get a good nice stretch in your upper body, chin is in, leaning forward. Yes, so straighten that leg, opposite in front, arm around, opposite arm of leg, pulling yourself up to that upright sitting. Inhale. So do remember when we do the stretching, you're supposed to be able to just breathe normally. If you're sitting like and you can't hardly breathe because maybe it's too painful, let go, you don't get anything out of it. Just release a bit, inhale and exhale and come back into the stretch. And that opposite leg in here, that's straightening out, or the same leg in here and leaning forward. Opening up in your hip area on your bended knee, leaning forward here and feel that hamstring stretch in that straight leg. Inhale, exhale. Getting up for a sitting position and turn around. And you can go all the way up for a stretch here. Shoulders are down. If this is too much, you can go down here and try to shake it out a bit. And push your buttocks back. A thumbs up, opening in your shoulders. Get a nice stretch around your armpit, your shoulder blades. Hands flat down, up on your feet and all the way up. Yes. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, put a comment, share with somebody you love. And you know, until I see you next time, try to stay happy, healthy, and strong. Take good care. Thank you for joining me.